outline coming, how many of you are ready to draft? How many of you have...
I hate to interrupt your very important class here. That seems to be very important, doing important things. But I think these kids, I think they need to learn how to slack.
They're seniors. They kind of know how to slack already.
Look at this. They are working hard, Mrs. O'Connell.
They are.
Look at them.
They are model
They need to learn how to slack.
They need to learn how to slack? What do you mean they need to learn how to slack? Like that? No, we don't want them to slack.
What's red and smells like blue paint? Red paint. What is the difference between a coyote and a flea? One howls on the prairie and one growls on the hairy. What did one wall say to the other wall? Let's meet up in the corner. How come seagulls live by the sea?
Thanks for watching my trainer video. I hope you had as much fun watching as I had making it. I'd like to thank everybody involved in the making, and I'd like to thank Bright Youth Programs for making me who I am today. Just kidding! Is that good? Yeah. Or does that sound dumb?
Hi! My name is Kuhn Kramer, and this is my trainer video on how to slack. When slacking, there are 3 very important things to remember. And all of them put together make you look ridiculous, so don't worry about how you're going to look. The first most important thing is to keep your arms up. So that way, if you're falling to the left, you can throw your arms to the right to counterbalance, so that you don't fall off the line. Another important thing is to keep your knees bent, because that helps you move your core more, and that is also a thing that helps you balance. The third thing is to keep your eyes up at eye level. So you want to choose a focal point that is about at the horizon and keep your eyes on that, so that your weight doesn't go forward, because if your weight goes forward, your balance is going to get thrown off, and then you're going to fall off the line. And so all put together, they look sort of like this. Like I said, it looks a little funky. Okay. To get up on the line, you're going to take your dominant foot, for me it's my right, and you're going to put it on the line, like this. You want to make sure your feet are parallel to the line, and then you're going to jump up with your non-dominant foot. You don't want to push down, because that'll make the line shake, and that's bad for balance. So you're just going to jump up like that. At first, don't even worry about walking. That'll come later. You just try and balance while you're standing there. And then, after that, you should be able to walk after a little while. And you want to take it slow. There's no need to rush. And you want to make sure you keep your eyes up the entire time and focus, because this is definitely a sport that requires you to focus. And then before you know it, you are slacklining. So that was a very basic explanation of slacklining. So now I'm going to do some tips on how to get slacklining a little bit easier for you maybe. The first tip is be very patient. For some reason, this goes against every instinct you have, and so it takes a lot of focus and just a lot of time to get it down to where you can walk and do tricks confidently. Another tip is to have somebody sit so that both their feet are on the ground on the line in front of you, because that makes it more taut, and some people think it's easier, some people think it's harder. Try it if you're having a problem. If it doesn't work, then maybe try loosening it, because that might be your thing. Slacklining is something that's very individualized. A third trick is that when you're up on the line, is to keep your foot out as a third point of balance, because then I can control it that way, and if I leave my foot just on the line, it goes all to my abs right here and my arms. And you can actually see the difference having a foot out makes to the amount of movement I do on the line. And now we're going to do some basic tricks. My friend Dustin and I are now going to be showing you some basic tricks. He's been doing this a lot longer than me, so his tricks are going to be a little bit more complicated. The tricks I'm showing you are a seated mount, a turn, and a knee drop. Seated mounts are when you're sitting on the line and then you get up from that position. So they look like that. This trick is called a running mount. Dustin's going to do it because he's been doing this for much longer than I have. So whenever you're ready, Dustin. And it looks exactly like that. Well done. This trick is called Space Shuttle. It's just another way to mount the line, and we're not going to explain it. We're just going to do it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Flip the line. Turning is exactly what it sounds like, and it's when you turn at the end of the line. So when I get to the end of the line, I'm going to put one foot in front of the other and then rotate around that foot. I use my left foot, but it doesn't really matter, whichever is easier. Like that. A knee drop is where you take one foot, I use my non-dominant foot, and you put it behind you on the line, and then you drop that knee below the line. It looks something like this. The trick that Dustin is about to show you is called the double knee drop. It's a lot like a knee drop, except you put both your knees beneath the line. So whenever you're ready. Ooh, ooh, oh man, oh man, oh. There it is. That is a double knee drop. This trick is called the Buddha. It looks a lot like what it sounds like because you sort of just sit on the line cross-legged. It's a lot harder than it sounds though. Dustin's gonna show you whenever he's ready. Woo! And then he's just gonna get back up.
Okay, so this is my real thank you. And first of all, I would like to thank Pride Youth Programs for making me who I am today. I'd also like to thank Mrs. O'Connell for letting me borrow her classroom. That would have made the beginning of my video impossible without you, so thank you for that, Mrs. O'Connell. I'd like to thank Dustin Cheney and my sister for helping me film it, and for Dustin for helping me show you tricks. I'd also like to thank Mrs. Peckham and the Fremont High School Arts Program for letting me use the art room and their technology to edit my video. Without them, this would have been really jumpy, and it's not. So thank you to everybody. Oh, and one more thing. Jesse Fox, this is for you.